Hi, this is PR Sundar. Welcome to Pre-Market Report, sponsored by Delta.Exchange. I just came back to India, but still I moved into my new house and still the video setup has not been done. So therefore today also I had to come out with audio podcast instead of video. So apologies for that. Tomorrow I'm going to Bangalore for workshop. It's all new trending workshop. So those who are interested in the last minute, so you can sign up by contacting our office. And luckily, nowadays I follow the trend. And the people say the trend is your friend until it bends. So you may remember I said when 19,700 was crossed, and technically markets were bullish. But despite the fact that, everything was working against India, the rupee was depreciating, dollar index is moving higher, US bond yield going higher, FAs kept selling, crude oil prices going higher. So fundamentally, nothing favored India, but still, markets were bullish from 19,700. It went all the way to 20,200, a 500-point rally in Nifty, and Bank Nifty more than 1,000-point rally. So then came this HDFC Bank news, and then that punctured the Indian markets, and then followed by US Fed. Now, look at the US markets. Nasdaq 100 falling 600 points in just 2 days. That is about 4%. And globally, even when we were moving higher from 19,200 to 20,200, the global markets were very, very bad. So I always say, no, for a long time, we cannot outperform the world markets, or for a long time, we cannot underperform the world markets. So at some point of time, and that will get corrected. So now it looks like that correction is in the place. Now GIF Nifty indicating more than 100 point gap down. With this, Nifty has shot up nearly 1000 point in September series and then fell about 500 point. So that was a total swing of 1500 point. So the things are not looking good for India, fundamentally, but still don't know why Nifty went from 19,200 to 20,200 and scaring all the bears. Yesterday, Mahindra & Mahindra was the worst performer. So I was wondering for the last few weeks, auto stocks have been good, but why M&M is coming under severe selling pressure? So now I understand that some deal with a Canadian company has been called off. So that is not only specific to Mahindra & Mahindra, so for the entire stocks. And I thought, this political issue between US and India and Canada will not spill over to markets. But still that Mahindra & Mahindra deal was a very, very small deal. So it's a question of 28 crores. And 28 crore deal is nothing. But market cap will fall 2,800 crore. So that is how the markets will react. So now, US, Canada is saying that they have consulted US. So while probing all these things. So, but we do not know what is the stand of US. But other than US, Canada seems to be not getting support from any other country. Totally things are, slightly bad. We already have a lot of bad global cues. So we have to deal with this India-Canada tension. So that will be adding fuel to the fire. As per some report, the Canadian pension funds have invested about 45 billion US dollars in India. So although one of the government officials said, they are not likely to withdraw the money because they are getting good return in India. So they may not get that good return in other places. But sometimes, we must understand, if I don't like you, okay, I may get a better return from you, but still I may not want to do business with you. So if Canada decides like that, at some point of time, even if we are getting some less return, it's okay. We move to some other countries. And if they start selling, so that is when the real problem will come. In addition to this, another new problem in US, when everybody was focusing on US Fed, now the new problem is surfacing, the US debt ceiling. US debt ceiling issue came about 3 to 6 months before. I do not remember exactly, but then they extended for 3 to 6 months. So that extension ends on September 30. So before September 30, the US government, they will have to find a deal in the parliament. Otherwise, the US government will have to shut down from October 1. So earlier, few instances, this has happened, but whenever that happens, so that becomes very, very bad for US stock markets. And US stock markets are having a lot more problems. Number one, higher interest rates for a very long period, as projected by the Fed chairman, very, very hawkish stand. And then now this US debt ceiling issue. So going to be challenging from now to December. So I've been telling you from now to December, markets going to face a rough weather because, US debt ceiling issue, then 5 state parliament election, now this new issue of US Canada, India Canada tension. It's going to be challenging. It's not going to be easy, but nobody knows and why Nifty shot up from 19,200 to 20,200. So that seems to be an aberration. And day before yesterday, it was HDFC Bank, but yesterday it was ICICI Bank and State Bank. So PSU banks were doing very well, but yesterday SBI came under severe selling pressure, and even ICICI Bank also came under severe selling pressure. With the Nasdaq doing so badly, the IT stocks also may not do well in India. So if banks are not doing well, IT not doing well, for no reason, Reliance is not doing well, then, so these are all the stocks that constitute about 60 to 70% of the Nifty. So there is no way Nifty is going to do well. Last time I said 19,700 crossed, markets were bullish and the markets went to 20,200. But now, yesterday, technically both Nifty and Bank Nifty became bearish. So I did not do the post-market report yesterday, but even during the trading time itself, sometimes in the afternoon, I tweeted by saying that, if there is no good recovery by the end of the day, then markets are likely to be bearish technically. So 19,740. So if Nifty closes below that, as per my technicals, so Nifty become bearish. And now you are already seeing the effect just after falling nearly 400 points in 2 trading sessions. Now another 100-point gap down. The technicals don't capture the highest point and the lowest point. Okay. After Nifty moved 500-point higher, technically it showed long, it moved another 500-point higher. Now, after Nifty falling 400 point, then only the technical showing bearish sign, but the markets are falling even below that. So technical does not capture the lowest point and the highest point so that you can get the maximum benefit, but you can get some benefit along the way when the momentum lasts. So clearly now the markets have become bearish. Now the strategy has to be, not buy on dip, it is sell on rally. So remember 19,740. So that level has to be taken out today itself, so that we can say this bearish signal sometimes is a false signal. But as long as Nifty closing below 19,740 today, the markets, the downtrend is confirmed. It's going to be a challenging period, and I find in social media a lot of people, I'm buying this stock, I'm buying that stock. People always have a very short-term memory. So they just forget that, 3 weeks before Nifty was at 19,200. Because it went to 20,200, with this 400-point fall, they think that it's the time to buy. Better always stay with the trend. So do not catch the falling knife. So there are a lot more uncertainties going forward. But one good thing is that, there was no unpleasant surprise in the special session of Parliament, but we still have one more session in the Parliament. So there is no need to talk about support. People always say in a bear market, there is no support. In bull market, there is no resistance. So now the resistance will be clearly 19,740. So hope you enjoyed listening to this audio. Thank you for listening.